All right, man. So we've seen the mage,
Yeah.
we've seen the ranger, we've seen the cleric, we've seen. Did they call it a tank or maybe a fighter? I know there was a
What was
fighter,
it?
maybe. Yeah, I'm blanking on that one. I don't think it was a full tank.
No.
So we've seen a handful of classes, but I don't know, man. What's your impressions of mage? And obviously, this whole discussion is framed that, of course, this is an alpha. We're not like,
Yeah.
if we say something that's critical, we're not saying the game can't change or that it's a
Yeah.
terrible game, guys. So anyway,
Yeah.
man, what are your initial impressions of mage? Because this is about impressions. They're putting
Yeah.
this out for the world to see, right?
Well,
So
like I said earlier, I'm a little underwhelmed,
okay.
more than I have been thus far in a lot of their showcases. I expected the mage to be quite flashy, some over the top spells, and I realized they're just a few unaugmented beginner spells. It didn't pull me in like I thought it would, like I wanted it to, especially when this is one of the classes that I'm considering playing. But I don't know. Like I said, maybe it's because I've been playing Jedi Survivor and the graphics are just gnarly.
Yeah.
So I feel accustomed to that, and now seeing this, that it's just a little underwhelming. But I don't know. It's not pulling me in like it has before. I'm not sure why exactly.
Yeah, and yeah, let's kind of go a little further with that, right? Because obviously it is an MMO. MMOs, you're gonna have potentially hundreds of people on the screen, and so I am not. I don't hate the simplicity of some of these spells. Like I think they're kind of elegant. I don't think they're they look good as far as I'm concerned, but maybe it's a more of a thing like we talked a little bit about earlier about the sound cues maybe just not being there yet, or the interactions when the spell hits the mob kind of a
Yeah.
thing. So
You
I
need
don't
that
know.
feedback in a game.
You
You
They
just
will.
do.
Yes, they will. But like I said, the Alpha 2 hopefully will provide a lot of that. So I don't know. I'm liking this. I'm getting serious vibes of like kind of Arcage with the Mage Reveal. They had like
Yeah.
a lightning spell called God's Whip that was just really good, which it was better than this, to be honest, the animation. But even this environment reminds me of a lot of the zones. So you can see that influence on Steven, that Arcade influence, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. I'm a little underwhelmed at how they sound, but as far as simplicity goes, I think I like the simplicity. I do want to ensure when that massive castle siege is going on that my frames are not going to tank to zero. You know what I'm saying? There is a fine line they have to walk between graphical fidelity and kind of over the top stuff and
Sure.
practicality. You know what I
Sure.
mean? I would say so far my favorite reveal was the Ranger. I don't know.
Is it
Just
just
that
me,
one.
or did that whole reveal just feel smoother all around? Maybe
It's
I gotta go back
possible.
and watch it. I don't
Yeah,
know.
we need to. Well, I'm sure we'll revisit them, but I think just
Yeah.
that was kind of the first one where we saw a crazy like that airstrike ability was just like
Oh, the big flip where
that was like a
yeah.
showstopper. You're right. No, you're right though, and we there's nothing here that compares right in this mage reveal to
No.
that ability is insane. That
And
airstrike
mages are
ability.
notoriously the most flashy class with
Right.
their
Right.
eye-catching, and they have these big, extravagant skill sets, and I just
Yeah.
wasn't.
Yeah.
It is almost like a level 1 character just found his wand and started flicking it, and that's all I got from it.
Yeah, and to be fair, like you said, we didn't see any of the fire spells. We
No.
didn't. When those are usually really cool looking spells in games. We didn't see any of the earth abilities. We just kind of saw the frost and lightning. And so I don't know. I need to see more from Mage. I'm already not usually a Mage player, but this
Yeah.
definitely didn't sway me, one way or the other. And the other big thing you brought up is like augments. We don't really know the example that we've gotten so far is for like a blink ability or a movement, like a gap closer. Like, for example, a warrior has a charge, you can change it to a shadow step or something. Like, that's the example we've been given so far, but we don't know how the actual damaging abilities, like how the augments are going to work with those. So maybe it is going to make it way cooler, you know, to be able to augment some of these abilities. I don't really know, but I mean, dude, you get a wand, you get pixie dust. Like, whoa. I don't know what the problem is.
I don't know, man. I feel more like a weird stalker than I do. Just sleep.
I don't know.
Just sleep. I'm gonna take out my wand.
Yeah. I don't know, guys. We're just a little underwhelmed, so that's where we're at.
Bit. Yeah, and I think deep down I'm a little you as well. Like, this is moving very slowly. This development, and it's been a while since they showed us anything noteworthy. This comes out, it's underwhelming. So I'm in a place where I'm starting to get a little discouraged, maybe possibly worried, especially when we've seen trailers for a lot of cool games coming out.
I mean, games coming out that are gonna drop soon.
And
you know what I mean?
Already this game hasn't even been out, and it's starting to look outclassed by a few other things we've seen so far. So I, unfortunately, and I don't want to, I feel like I'm losing a little bit of interest, and something's got to start happening here, because they can only keep boasting and doing these reveals, and Steven can keep trying to be funny, but it doesn't seem like any significant headway is happening yet.
I want to push back a little, not a lot, because I think what you're saying is valid. But so to give them credit, they are doing an open development model. Like, they're inviting us in and being like, hey, you know, the stuff is not ready. Take a look with us. You know, we're gonna slowly build over time. We're gonna, you know, and a lot of these games that we're seeing trailers for, they're gonna be crap games. You know what I mean? Like, because they're all we're seeing the rendered versions of the all the gameplay. You know what I mean? I do. They're making it look as good as they can, and they're gonna have terrible monetization.
Our expectations are not that great these days. Yeah, we've been let down over and over. True.
So, but this is you're right. This is the double-edged sword of this, you know, development style. Is we got into this super early, you know what I mean? And it's it's just going to take a long time, and a lot of people are going to fall away because they're like, man, I've been here for 3 years already. You know, I think Alpha 2 is going to be a huge milestone. Like, they need to knock Alpha 2 like out of the park. Like, they need to show us some stuff, right? Like, we need to have some character progression. We need to see some combat. We need to see maybe some instant, like, group dungeons, how our dungeon's going to work. Like, we need to really get some stuff here. And so I think Alpha 2 is critical. And
it is critical.
I think it will help, you know, put to bed some of the rising fears of some of the players, or it'll just be other players be like, you know what, it wasn't enough. So I'll come check in when this game actually launches, if it launches, kind of a thing. So
if it launches, I don't know, man. My feeling isn't good right now, and I don't know if I'm just being overly cynical at this point in time. But for some reason, I just got that wash of a yeah, and I think
a lot of players are in your same boat, like, no doubt. I've seen a lot of feedback like that, and so I'm still optimistic on Ashes. You know, now I haven't had tons of reasons to make content about it, because there's not a lot to make content about, but I am still hopeful for the game, like you said, because there's just not that much out there. Like, I'm welcoming any new comer to the scene that's going to try to innovate and do something.
I agree.
So hopefully Alpha 2 drops soon. I got to think it's on the horizon and going to drop sometime this year. And that's a weird thing to say. Like, I want the game to come out, you know, but Alpha 2 should be out very soon, hopefully. And we'll see where it goes from there. But Mage, for me, I gotta say I'm sticking with Ranger. I don't know at this point.
Yeah, it didn't pull me in, so I'm staying with the Rogue right now.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
All right, hey guys, thanks for joining us. I know this was like a impromptu, just throwing. We wanted to throw it together, take a look at the Mage, see what the hype or not hype was about. So, let us know in the comments. Like, what do you guys think? Are you? I mean, this is like a roller coaster journey. You know,
It is.
the development of this. So, where you got? Are you guys on a high, on a low? Do you have any, insights on I don't know where you think this is going? I don't know. Let us know in the comments. We want to have a conversation.
Maybe we should do a poll. Team Cynic versus Team Optimism over there.
For sure. But guys, give us a like if you like this style of video, and like I said, comment and subscription if you enjoy what we do here, man. We like making these videos. So,
No doubt.
for Back is Dead, we'll see you guys next time. Later, y'all.
Peace.